today we have a special guest, Mrs. Roma Malhotra ji, who is a remarkable healer and astrologer. Ma'am has an excellent knowledge of various healing practices like Reiki healing, crystal healing, and also dedicated her life in exploring deeper concepts of astrology like KP astrology, palmistry, and numerology. Her expertise in tarot card reading has provided guidance to many people seeking happy, calm, and peaceful life. In addition to this, she has trained students in communication and she has a wide knowledge on the fields of mathematics and statistics. Her ability to blend analytical thinking with intuitive wisdom makes her a unique guide. I had an honor of interviewing Ma'am today and I'm very thankful for her time. Ma'am is joining us from United States of America. Get ready for an enlightening conversation that promises to be both insightful and inspiring. Okay, ma'am. So, shall we start?
Yeah.
Ma'am, good morning, and it's a privilege to have you in my podcast. Thank you so much for accepting my invite and welcome to Undefined. Ma'am,
Thank
you
you very
are
much.
an astrologer and also you are a healer. How did you get introduced to astrology and energy healing? And what is the story behind yourself stepping into these two practices that touch lives?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much, Vinod, for giving me the opportunity to talk to on your podcast. And that is my great pleasure. Yes, to start with, my name is actually Roma Malhotra Mehta, and currently I am residing in US. But in 2015, I came to US and then settled here. Uh, Initially, when I was around like in eighth or ninth class, right, I was attracted towards palmistry and I was attracted towards Linda Goodman. So I used to read a lot of books of like Dr. Srimali for palmistry and Cairo and Linda Goodman also. And that actually, the journey actually started from there. So I used to keep on reading. But by the time I came to the college, I have also done masters in statistics from Kurukshetra University. So there, when you are in the hostel, so I just checked somebody's hand, and I said, "Oh, this is your nature, and this something happened, must have happened to you." It turned out to be true. So, but because we were into the statistics and masters, I could not continue that passion, right? And got into studying more about statistics. But what happened in 2021? So there, actually, my mother, she had a hairline fracture. So I had to leave job in US and go back to India for 6 months. So I have a thing that whenever there is a break, I always keep reading. So, for weird reason, I was also interested in past life regression.
Okay.
So, I used to do some guided meditations.
Okay.
And when I was doing guided meditation, I saw one guru, but I don't know, I still remember the face of that guru. And it was in, I think it was in May 2022 when I reached India. So after that, something happened. I was going through the YouTube channel and I saw somebody doing tarot card. I had no idea about tarot card
Okay.
at that. So then it started like started watching lot of things, and I just followed different mentors on YouTube about tarot card and numerology for weird reasons. And then I saw some people mentors, they were even giving predictions that matched me, my and it resonated with me. From there, approximately 15 to 20 days for almost like 12 hours, 15 hours. I was just listening about tarot card. Only
Okay.
you can subtract the sleeping time. And then I decided that this is something which is resonating with me. I should actually now get into some, like, connect with some mentors. So from there, I started connecting to the mentors. I started learning, took certification. And I started with tarot card. Then I did numerology simultaneously, both the classes. And then I got, for weird reason, I got into something like Reiki. I had heard about Reiki, but then got through the YouTube of Reiki, and the teacher who was teaching us tarot card. So she was doing something in the class, like like she was drawing something in the air when her daughter used to come. And then I asked her, "Ma'am, what are you doing this?" She said, "Oh, I actually do Reiki because she wanted to eat momos, and I don't want to get her ill." So I just put Reiki on her third eye and also on the food, and then she can eat anything and she would be
Oh,
good.
okay.
That thing actually attracted me. I said, this is fascinating and
Yes,
very good.
it is.
Then I learned Reiki and I became Reiki Grandmaster also.
Wow.
And yeah, and the first time I practiced, while I was practicing, still learning about Reiki, like I had done second level. So second level, you can heal somebody else also. So that was my first practice on my mother.
Okay.
So I practiced on her. I gave her healing. I said, "Mom, I'm doing healing. So let me give you healing because," and when
Your mom
she,
didn't fear? Your mom was okay? Like she didn't fear at all?
no, 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 she was very happy. Okay, so do whatever you want. As long as
Fantastic.
I am good, you can do it. So I
Okay.
did healing for her.
Mm.
And when I did healing for the first time, she saw Ram Darbar.
Okay.
And I said, I didn't see anything, but how did you see? I said, okay. And she felt very calm and peaceful. And that day she slept also very well. And then again, after 1 week, again I did healing for her, and she saw Shera Wali Mata because she is a very, she believes in Shera Wali Mata Rani.
Okay.
And she saw that in her healing session. I said, weird. Okay, that it means this is working.
Yes,
And the most important thing is that she was peaceful, she was calm, and she could sleep also because she has blood pressure issues and other issues. So that actually helps. And now that was my first practice on my own mother. Then, for weird reason, when I came to US in October 2022, you know, for while I was traveling, I got dehydrated. I got vomiting. I had vomiting almost for 16 hours. Like I had to come out on the wheelchair.
okay. Oh,
I got so much dehydrated. So when I came back to home, I said, I have learned healing, so let me do healing for myself. And I healed myself. I did like 2 or 3 times in a day. And can you imagine, next day I was doing grocery shopping.
wow. Wow. That
And
that is actually working.
that was working. And my husband, even my family, they were so surprised. They said, you came out on like wheelchair. You were so dehydrated, so weak. How did this happen? I said, I don't know.
That is
I did Reiki. I learned Reiki. I'm doing Reiki on myself.
okay. Ma'am,
Then
talking about, please go ahead, ma'am.
yeah, go ahead.
So,
From there, I
about,
planned
oh,
to continue with the Grandmaster. I said, now I will go up till the Grandmaster.
okay. Talking about astrology, there is many divisions of astrology, and
Mm,
you have explored variety of spaces. So my
mm.
question is, what is so unique about astrology practice, and what is your favorite practice when it comes to healing or astrology?
Yes, that is a great question. So, my journey started from 2022 on these tarot card numerology and Reiki. So, when I came to US, then I said, I'm not still satisfied with whatever the numerology was taught to me. Then I took another class for numerology from another mentor. But once I completed the numerology, I realized that there were some limitations Numerology, Vedic numerology is very good in itself, right? But sometimes there is something that we need to more, analyze. There, then I connected with one of my friend, and she was doing KP.
Okay.
And for 1 week, she said, "Okay, Roma, I will teach you KP and see if you like it." And since I'm a mathematician and a statistician, so numbers, that connected me the most.
Yes.
So
I
from there, I learned KP, and then I also joined different gurus, connected with them, and learned proper KP for 7 to 8 months. But when I was doing KP, I realized this thing that we need to have exact time. If the time is not exact, then KP doesn't work. Then we have to go for prashna,
okay.
right? And then
Yes.
it works good. But yes, we can apply all the rules, all whatever things we have learned in KP in prashna. But still, the curiosity is always there. And for weird, I talked to one of my mentors, and they said BN and Brigunari is very good, and it is like quick. Also, you can do a lot of predictions very quickly. And since I work on Astrotalk, so it that actually created an interest in me that okay, Brigunari would be another good thing because I can give predictions within seconds. From there, I learned Brigunari, and I used Brigunari in Astrotalk, and
No.
it was working
Okay.
because like one of the clients said, are you in my house? I said, no, I'm not in your house. Do you know my mother, my brother, and my sister? I said, no, I don't know anybody. I'm just checking your Kundali. And Brigunari really works because one particular Kundali actually refers the whole, family, even your neighbors. So you can even find out those questions. And since I was also into Astro Vastu, so I could actually connect with with the directions, the particular directions in which a particular thing is placed. And then also since you can understand the Astro Vastu like 180-degree hit, so you know that in particular direction there might be a particular thing that is actually affecting the person.
Okay.
And it worked. Beautifully it works.
Great. As long as we are able to deliver the solutions, they will be really happy, the
Yeah.
clients.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Speaking
True.
of tarot card has its origin. It was in the hands of Egyptians. The Egyptian gypsies used to play it as a game. And once this tarot card practice touched the borders of Europe, the entire transformation began. It started to evolve itself from within the human beings, and it actually created so much impact. And even great celebrities in Hollywood are very interested in seeing tarot card every day. So,
Hmm.
tarot card, what kind of impact a tarot card can make in a person's personal growth, as well as how can the tarot card be considered authentic?
Very great question. Vinoji, actually, since I have been doing tarot cards since almost like 2022, and almost every day I go on Astro Talk,
Oh,
right? And I have so many clients also who actually consult with me, and I use tarot card also at the same time.
yeah.
When you asked about the question of authenticity, I will give 200%. The reason is the way that you connect with the tarot cards. See, what I do is I also use Reiki
Okay.
on my tarot cards. So when you use Reiki on tarot cards and you use Reiki on yourself and you connect with the divine energies, right? So the tarot cards work beautifully.
Okay.
And another thing is also it also depends upon a tarot reader, how
Okay.
much meditation you are doing, how much you are connecting with your tarot cards.
Yes.
That is one of the important things. So all the tarot card readers and who are planning to become a tarot card, I would always suggest if you want to get into it and want to give correct readings, so do meditation every day.
Okay.
At least learn the basic of Reikis, at least level 2, because level 2, again, you will get connected to divine energies. You can use Honsha and symbol. I
Oh,
use all the symbols on my tarot card. I use the symbols on myself to get connected to divine energies. And then, and also to the energies of the client.
okay.
See, This is the beauty. I'm telling on live that how I do is I use Honsha Shonen to connect to the energies of the client, to connect to divine energies. And the same thing I use on the tarot card. Then it works beautifully. But the day if I'm not using it, it becomes a little bit issues because you are
Okay, you
not
can see the
connected.
difference.
I've tried. So one
Okay.
day a couple of times I say, okay, I'm not going to use Reiki. Let me see. But yes, it still works because I am connected to my cards. I'm connected to, since I do meditation every day, so I get connected. But the exactness still it takes connected with, like you can connect with Reiki.
Okay. Speaking of Reiki, you're a Reiki Grandmaster healer. So,
Mhm.
what do you actually heal using the Reiki energy? Is it something to do with an emotional or a physical or spiritual healing, or it's a combination of everything? So, how well it can be used in self-discovery?
I would say it is a combination of everything because the main important point of Reiki healing, or what basically Reiki healing is the mind, body, and soul,
Okay.
right? So, if the healing is not done on the mind, body, and soul level, plus the karmic connections, right? Both things are connected because whatever we are facing, whatever struggles we are undergoing in the current life is based on the past karmas. So when I use Reiki, I first of all I try to disconnect, or you can say forgive, do the forgiveness prayer for past life karmas,
Okay.
right? We use symbols, we have special symbols what that we actually use to cut the cords for the past karmas, ask for the forgiveness. I also ask my client at the very same time to do Ho'oponopo prayer,
Okay.
right, for them, and so that they can also get forgiveness. And then at the same time, we do the Reiki, and the Reiki is done from mind, body, and soul, all the three, because you can do at emotional level, you can do physical at physical level, and even if a person, I would say, has financial
Okay.
blockages.
Crises,
We can
yes.
even remove that also, and then we can give symbols, Karuna symbols, money symbols, because I've done money Reiki also. So you can give money symbols also, and then you can energize a person. And this I have worked a lot on this thing,
Wow, wow.
and it has worked beautifully.
Okay. So when it comes to pendulum dowsing, I've read it in an article that pendulum dowsing can actually find lost objects. To what extent it is true, ma'am? Have you tried it on the clients? Did you ever accomplish such things, or what else can be done using a pendulum dowsing practice?
Yes, pendulum dowsing. I still have a pendulum dowser with me.
Okay, okay,
So pendulum dowsing is a beautiful, healing tool,
okay,
and it can not only heal the person, it cannot. It can also, remove all the negativity from a person's body, from the person's mind. It also helps beautifully to definitely find the lost item because we have to actually program the dowser
oh,
properly,
okay,
right? So we once we program the dowsers, see, pendulum dowser actually has to be programmed for different things. If you're using for healing, we program it for healing. If we want to find a lost item, we program it for lost item. So
okay,
when I say program, like I will say, okay, once I have programmed it, I will keep moving in each direction and say, do you find the lost item at this particular zone or at this particular zone? So I will keep moving around,
great,
right, throughout the house. And the first question would be before I start, is it lost or stolen?
okay,
Is it inside the house or outside the house?
okay,
Then
okay,
I start moving through the whole place. And this I actually did with my daughter. I told her initially when I was learning, I said, okay, hide a particular thing in the kitchen or any drawing room. We took one particular room. Don't tell me, and then I will try to find it using the dowser. It worked very, very beautifully.
amazing, ma'am, amazing, really. Then
I
it
have
is
tried these. I have tried these all tools.
okay. So let us discuss about your background for a moment. You are born in India and then you moved to United States. You did your higher education in US, ma'am.
No, I didn't do any higher education. I did masters in India itself.
Okay. So speaking of job, you are working as an assistant manager at the airport in United States, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong. So what is so special about your job, ma'am?
The current job is so beautiful
Okay.
because most of the I basically have to get get connected to the clients only when they have issues.
Okay.
And since all the system is automatically, it is self like exiting out and they can self enter the parking lot. So
Okay.
the only time I have to come out when they have some issues or they have lost the tickets. So you can say it's a beautiful job. I think the divine energies, they have actually connected me with this job.
Okay. So you are into communication, which means you trained students for communication. What was it to do with the communication training, ma'am?
Communication, actually, when I was back in India, so I was working as a professor
Oh,
in Faridabad with MBA college.
oh,
So I was working in Raval Institute. So there, I was involved in different departments. So my main subject was statistics and
okay.
mathematics, teaching MBA and BBA students. But since my director, he said, "Oh, your English is very good since I have always like studied from English medium school. So I want you to work on communication and can you train our students for interviews and take because there is a particular subject on personality development." So I said, "Yeah, I will do that." And then I just, researched a lot on that, made PPTs, and then I started teaching. And I used to train my students for industrial training, and even for interviews training. So that is how it started. And I was involved in the placement. I was involved in the event management. So we used to conduct events also. So placement, event management, industrial training, different departments. I was always involved.
Wow. So are you still involved in training the students in communication, statistics, mathematics, or you're off the pace?
When no, when I came to US, so here the system of entering into a university or a college is different.
Okay.
We need a PhD also over here, and they have they need original documents. So original documents was a little bit tough to get from Kurukshetra University. So, but still, I was involved in teaching mathematics for the SAT students and students who are preparing for SAT and ACT,
Okay.
right? So I was teaching them with
Okay.
that for starting with my astrology and other things.
So if you are asked to share one special moment in from India when you are in India and one special moment when you are in United States, what would these be?
Special moment, wow. Yeah, see, when I was working in Raval
Okay.
as a professor, that was one of my special moments because I was actually involved in so many activities at the same time, and that gave a lot of confidence. My personality. It also groomed. I was able to groom not only my students but also myself because when you are grooming a student, so you have to analyze them, right? So when you analyze them, you analyze their basic traits. So you learn okay, this is every person has different trait and you have to deal with them differently.
Yes.
That thing actually is a special moment because when I was actually training my students to go onto the stage and perform, so there were some students who were confident and some students they were like, "No, ma'am, I cannot do it." So I really had to work on them. And once you're successful and they're able to perform, that moment is really a very, wonderful moment. And
It's
it
a
gives a
gift.
lot of satisfaction.
It's really
Right.
great.
Mhm. And in US, definitely there had been a lot of moments which were special because I had not worked in bank in India. That
Okay.
was another thing. So when I came to US and I started working in a bank, I was working in a headquarters as an online trainer.
Okay.
Online banking I was doing apart from the customer service. So that the people they used to have a lot of issues
Okay.
And once I got connected to a person who was almost like 92 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was in my first 6 months, I
Oh,
would say, of my banking job. And that 92-year person, he was like, I could hear the shivering,
okay.
and he was all alone. In US, people, they're all alone.
Yes.
That person was all alone, and it took me almost like 45 minutes to help him to come and get connected to the online banking.
Okay.
But yes, once he was into it, that was a special moment. I said, Roma, you can do it.
Yeah,
Because you need that patience.
absolutely, ma'am. It's
And
great.
that is what actually taught me that yes, we have to be more patient, we have to be more considerate and generous at times.
In Vedic astrology, like we predict with a birth chart. So when we talk about the very important topic, marriage, the wedding of any person, so how
Mhm.
important is Navam's chart in predicting about the marriage? I mean, as far as I know, the Navamsha chart can tell the strength of each planets in Vedic astrology and also strength of each houses in the Vedic astrology. But some say it plays a crucial part in predicting about the wedding and the marriage. So, what is your view on that, ma'am?
Yes, definitely, Vinodji. This Navamsha in a birth chart, Lagan is important.
Okay.
But when because every particular divisional chart is the intricate part of every Rashi, every house, right? So when we talk about Navamsha, Navamsha is not only good for marriage,
Okay.
it is you can even predict your future, your job also, right? And the traits also, even your luck also. Like if you get Vargotam planet, then you know it is a good thing.
Okay.
So what I personally feel in, and I use lot of this Navamsha not only in the my Vedic chart, but also when I'm doing Brigunari. It
Okay.
works over there also. And
Okay.
it gives the true information because sometimes in the Lagan chart, when you see the seventh house, it seems to be like this person is not going to get married or there would be a struggle in this marriage. And that confuses because the person did not even have the struggle in their life. What
Yeah.
happened? Where then you come to Navamsha and you realize that, okay, there were positive planets aspecting the seventh house of Navamsha. And that gives the answer. So
Yeah.
Navamsha is definitely very important. I would say every division chart is important in its own respect. I don't use Lotto because I'm not a proper like Vedic part. I do KP, I do Brigunari, but I definitely use Navamsha also there, and it works properly. And
Okay.
it gives the exact reason why this particular thing happened.
Okay. Are getting easily stressed. We are stressed, and everybody is stressed. We do not know how to come out of this stress in an easy way. So, what kind of healing practice will cure them and bring them from all these stress and pressures? Ma'am, when we talk about astrology, is it possible to predict a country's growth, or is it possible to predict a natural disaster that is going to happen in the future prior hand using Vedic astrology? What is your view, ma'am, on that?
That is basically when we talk about the country's future. That is called mundane astrology. I haven't entered into mundane astrology as of now,
Uh,
but yes, definitely, I have heard lot of videos and lot of gurus who have used mundane astrology and they're predicting correctly also.
okay.
Like Vedic astrology, I know mundane is a different point. It's only a different concept of using it. There are different, strategies, but definitely you can definitely predict something like what is going to happen, who is going to win, which party is going to win. And people,
Very important.
I know astrologers, they do a lot
I
of
make
predictions.
sure this podcast doesn't reach politicians, ma'am.
No, even when we were practicing KP astrology, so at that time, there was a particular election. So all our group members, they were predicting, okay, using the KP and Prashna, who is going
Oh,
to win. So, and that turned out to be true.
yes, ma'am.
So we can do that. We can even see astrology, I believe, is if somebody really studies properly, it takes time. It's not a matter of like, okay, in 2 years you are done with it. No, it's a continuous learning. I started with KP. I got into Bhrigu Nadi, Bhrigu Chakra Padati, right? I'm doing a little Gemini also at the same time. And if I have to, if I see a particular chart, I combine these and
Oh,
see, okay, and even Ashtavarga, that is again very important, and the transit part,
oh,
right? So when you are seeing a chart, those people who say, hey, I can predict within 2 minutes, I would say that is not possible
oh,
because you have to see that. Sometimes, I, when I was checking my Kundali, I was not sure why I'm having hand issues
okay,
sometimes. Like, why did I had a paralysis of my hand.
okay.
And just recently also my right hand had issues. But then since I'm a healer, so I did healing and I'm okay now.
God's gift.
But yeah, that is a thing. But then what happens is when you check your Gemini astrology, you realize, okay, Mercury is the Gyati Karak,
Okay, okay,
right? And this Gyati Karak is a lord of eighth house
okay.
and placed in the third house, house of third chakra, right? The throat and the arms. That is where my issues were coming.
Yes.
So you actually understand. So whenever we are seeing a chart, I would recommend all potential astrologers, right? They should actually learn at least the basic of each of these so
Okay,
that they can combine. Ashtak Varga gives a lot of information,
okay.
and even when there's a transit, and if a particular house has got good Ashtak Varga, and the transit of a good Jupiter planet is on that particular house, it gives positive results.
Wow.
Sometimes people say, yeah, there has been a transit of Jupiter right in my seventh house, but I didn't get married. Why? Like the yoga was there, then why didn't I get married? Check the Ashtak Varga. The Ashtak Varga will tell if the points are less, so the person is still struggling, you
Okay,
know, in getting married, or there might be marriage issues, marital issues also.
okay. Yes. So
Hmm.
astrology, when we talk about astrology, the Gemini astrology really added great essence in astrology. it is to deal with the spirit body of a human being, actually. So that is really a gift we have today. And ma'am, today people are the young Gen Z generation are getting easily stressed. We are stressed, and everybody is stressed. We do not know how to come out of this stress in an easy way. So, what kind of healing practice will cure them and bring them from all these stress and pressures?
Beautiful. This is, I would say, every person, every other person in this world is having issues. And it is because of our lifestyle first, right? Definitely the lifestyle, the online work and other things, and the ambition that every young generation has, right? They get stressed out. I would always suggest, see, there are 9 planets, right? There are 9 planets in an astrology, and our body is also connected to 9 planets. So if we are able to, balance our 9 planets in the form of chakras,
Okay,
because all our chakras are connected to 9 planets. So
okay,
if we are able to balance those 9 planets, I would say the stress part will come down almost to 30%.
okay,
That is one of the important things, because when we go outside, we meet so many people, we get connected to so many people, we also inculcate those negativities at the same time. So every person, I would say, should learn first of all meditation and the basic reiki. So basic reiki means they can do second level, at
okay,
least for themselves and their family,
okay,
because once they get connected, they can do that healing
Yeah,
They
self.
can balance all self-healing, right? Balance all their chakras.
Okay.
First thing is important, meditation, do meditation every day. Third important thing, that we should have good relationship with everyone because all nine planets are connected to some or the other relatives.
Yes,
Like
ma'am.
moon is connected to mother,
Mm.
father, sun is connected to father, Mars is connected to brother.
Brother.
So now what happens is when I go on Astro Talk, I see the Mangal is affected. My basic remedies are do healing, lie, right? Do meditation, have good relationship with your family members, even with Bua and everybody, right? And even with your friends. Because if you and then another thing, do not do not tell lies unless it is very necessary.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
See, because that is also we are spoiling our Jupiter, we are spoiling our Mercury.
Okay. Yes.
Once it is spoiled, this is another thing.
Yes.
And another thing, one should get up in the morning, do Ho'oponopo prayer,
Okay.
ask for forgiveness.
Mm.
This is important. This is what I will recommend everybody because everybody has done some past life karmas and everybody has done some good karmas and bad karmas,
Karmas, yes.
right? So we need to work on it. And since I worked on it and I feel so balanced
Okay.
and relaxed. Like I talk to so many people in a day at times. So my family members say, "Don't you get disconnected? Like, don't you get stressed out with people?" I say, "I lock my aura.
Okay.
I do meditation every day, so
Okay.
that is how I get balanced." And locking your aura, you don't get connected to people very easily, right? You
Then
don't get
talking to you, I can realize you're very composed, ma'am. It's a
Yeah,
great.
because I did Reiki before joining. So
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Reiki
Okay.
is actually a meditation. It's a meditation. So it gives you calm and composed nature.
Yes, ma'am.
Even, let me give you an example. I not only do Reiki healing on people, I have done Reiki healing on my own pet when he
Okay.
was in trouble,
Okay.
right? I do Reiki healing on the machines. Even
Oh,
my boss,
okay.
during Purnmashi or Amavasya, especially on Amavasya, something happens to our gate arms,
Okay.
right at the entrance and exit. And then he calls me, he says, Roma, can you give Reiki healing to
Oh,
all the gate arms? And I do Reiki healing and they will start working.
wow.
Even 4 or 5 days ago, it's in US, it's very cold, right? It's almost freezing. So I was trying to load the paper in the
Okay.
machine and it was not working because of the very freezing temperature. Something happened. I tried for 10 minutes. I said it's not working. I came in, I gave Reiki healing to my to the machines. And
Okay.
after 5 minutes, I went out. I said, okay. And I called my angel. I
Okay.
called Dante
Okay.
also at the same time. And then within 2 minutes, the paper went in.
Wow. It's magic, ma'am.
Yeah,
It's
and it starts working. And I've done Reiki healing on computers, even on my phone.
okay. Very
It
nice.
works. And I don't know how it works. It works. Divine energies help.
I'm talking about palmistry and crystal healing, and also we can take numerology, and which is the most fascinating topic?
Palmistry, numerology, and crystal healing. Okay. Let me tell you, palmistry, when I say this palm, our palm is actually the reflection of our own inner soul
Okay.
and various past life karmas,
Okay.
right? Because when a child is born, his fist is closed,
Yes.
right? So we actually have to open his fist and help him opening up because he carries all the past life karmas and the future of what he's going to do.
Okay.
I would say still 40% sanchit karmas, current life karmas also depends upon the person how you are going to handle a particular situation,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
God gives you everything. But yes, palmistry tells everything. A person, I'm not a very good palmist. I know the basics because I learned when I was very young. But yes, those who are very good palmists, they actually, if you read Dr. Shrimali's book or Kairos palmistry, they have given those charts where they have predicted Like a person, I remember, I think I was reading Dr. Shrimali's, and one of the politician or somebody that person came to Dr. Shrimali, and he's written in his book that he came like a beggar
Okay.
to test him. And when he saw his palm, he said, "You are not a beggar.
Yes, yes,
You'll be a
okay.
politician,
Evidence,
right?
right? Yeah.
A very rich person."
Okay.
And that is how this palmistry actually works.
Okay. Okay. That's great.
Because whatever the traits I have studied through the palmistry, that when I used to do when I was young, that turned out to be correct.
Okay. Okay.
So I personally believe palmistry is very good, it's something which is very, I would say, connected to the persons, because the moment whatever you think, whatever the karmas you do, that gets reflected. The lines even change
Wow. Wow.
at times. Now, when you come to numerology is it is given by God,
Okay.
right? And your soul has, because of your karmas, you have chosen that particular day, and all the numbers in the numerology that actually affects a person,
Okay. Okay.
right? His trait, his personality, whatever is based on the numbers. It's a combination of numbers.
Yes.
And it is again, the only limitation is sometimes you're not able to understand the relationship with brother, sister. That is limitations.
Oh,
That Kundalini really works a lot
so that
on
can
that.
be worked out with another form of astrology.
Another form of modality. See, every modality has its own limitations.
Yes, absolutely.
But if we combine, we understand a person, right? When I started numerology, I want to tell you one thing. I did prediction in the month of October for one of my nephew, that he will get job in May.
Okay.
And at that time, I was like, I have done the prediction. I have to really wait and see whether my prediction comes true.
Okay.
And he actually got the job in May.
Wow. That is surprise.
That was my first prediction.
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
So yes, Vedic numerology really works very nice. It gives a lot of information about the personality traits. And then the now combination of numbers in Vedic numerology, the grid that we make, gives information even if a person is going to have relationship issues. Like when I go on Astro Talk, my first thing is, can I have your, would you like to share your date of birth? And
Oh,
by the time the person is talking, I make the grid and I see, okay, this is the yoga, like 179 yoga. I've seen so many people, they're out very far from the birthplace.
okay.
178 yoga, they should be having some multiple, source of income, but relationship issues.
Okay, ma'am. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Without even talking to them, without even connecting to the tarot cards, I start telling that, and that is what is they come for.
Amazing, ma'am. Amazing.
Crystals are actually, let me tell you, they're raw gems.
Okay.
They have been, excavated from the mines,
Authentic. Yeah, yeah.
the
Ethnic.
earthy element. And every crystal has its own, trait and
Wow.
uh, benefit. So when you talk about, if you are using crystals, they have to be energized for healing. We use crystals for healing, but a crystal without and being energized is just like a gemstone.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Understood.
People, they don't understand, and this is, I'm trying to make this everybody aware about that. It has to be energized. I
So
have
what
crystals,
energy should we supply for the crystal, ma'am? What is the energy that does it
whatever
have a name?
whatever the person has. If you are Reiki healer, you can energize it with the Reiki
Reiki.
healing.
All right. All right.
Yeah, if you are not even a healer, just put it in your hand on Purnmashi and take it in the moonlight. All these, I have crystals, I have a lot of crystals, so I take them. Like I use this one. This is my wand, crystal wand. So I
Okay.
use for healing. But see this one. I use for healing, but these are selenite ones. Selenites are good naturally. They
Okay.
are, you can use it for healing, but yes, after every healing, I just put it in the salt to, remove the negativity. And then I have a selenite plate and I keep it on it.
No.
And on Purmashi, you can take it out if those who are not Reiki healers, and then it gets energized.
Wow.
Even your tarot cards, even if people are not Reiki healers, you can get energized with the tarot cards also. So I've got lots. This is rose quarter. For anybody who has relationship healing, we use rose quarter,
Okay.
right? So this is beautiful one. I use this for healing at times,
Okay. Okay.
right? And this is just seven chakras. Anybody who wants to get seven chakra, again, I use this.
Okay.
And beautiful part is those who want to get connected to the
Okay.
divine energies, they should use amethyst ball. Keep
Oh.
it in your hand, right? And then meditate and see the beauty.
Oh, wow. That's fascinating to hear, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, these things, they really help, but they have to be energized. If you don't energize, they're just the stones.
Okay. So the structure of psychic form of every human being is different.
Mhm.
Every human being has his own ability to understand, to retain, to perceive things, and the ability to implement those things varies from humans to humans. So,
Mhm.
talking about psychic healing, some people have problems, psychological problems. So, which is the best method that is going to heal them from psychological problems? And what should we understand about the psychic structure of any human being?
See, every person has different psychic abilities, right? Now, when we talk about somebody who is depressed, let's take a simple example. But when we talk about the depressive part, there are different levels.
Okay.
One person might be having, because of the mood swings, it could be possible that the person has got multiple twos in his chart, or his moon is afflicted. So he gets depressed very quickly, especially on the Purnamashi and Amavasya days.
Yes, ma'am.
Those people, they can get Reiki healings, they can get normal, they can even do themselves Reiki healing, and they can be healed.
No.
And that is the basic thing. But there are people who are really, like, I would say, depressive at a higher level, and
No.
they cannot even sit because healing, any particular healing modality requires concentration. A
No.
person who is depressive might not be able to concentrate,
Okay.
right? And if I ask you to concentrate, XY person to concentrate, and his depression level is very high, he would not be able to concentrate. He would not be able to heal himself. At that particular time, the psychic surgery of Reiki,
Oh.
right, that comes into effect, because then the healer, comes, and when the healer starts talking to the person and starts pinpointing, like when we start talking to a person, affected person, we actually talk, okay, what is the issue that you are having? What is the texture of the pain that you are feeling? What is the color of the pain that you are feeling? Where you are feeling? What is the shape of the feeling of that pain that you have? It can be any emotional feeling, it can be a real pain also in the body.
Okay.
And when we talk about those points, and then the Reiki healers, they actually put the all the symbols on their hand. We also increase our nails, right? Then we again put the symbols. We actually pull out that particular specific issue from the body.
Okay. Okay.
That is actually done for people. The psychic surgeries is done for people who are in pain, lot of pain, or
Oh.
who are, I would say, they are depressive at a higher level and they cannot sit for meditation. So once they get those sessions of healing, probably some people, they come out within like 4 sessions or 2 sessions. Some people, they might take 7 sessions. And after 7 sessions, they can sit calm. And then we start telling them, okay, now you do the healings. Then
These
there
healing practices they have witnessed the positive results in them.
Yes, yes. And then there's another healing also, like which we call a light healing.
Oh.
Light healing, once a person is able to sit and calm himself, then we ask them to visualize white light coming from the crown chakra.
Wow.
And that visualization is beautiful. People, they have really feel like when I used to go into, I was learning Akashic healing,
Yes. Okay.
Akashic meditation. I've done that also. In that meditation, we could, like, at one particular point, my whole chair, like, I was in meditation, but I was within I would say 3 minutes of starting of the meditation, my chair was revolving, my head was revolving, my whole body was revolving. I could see the stars. I
Oh.
said, and for 10 minutes that thing happened.
Yes. And all these things, what you mentioned so far in the session, is mentioned in the scriptures also. So we have seen all the, it is creating huge transformation in every
When
single
people
life.
say, "Ma'am, you are a good healer." If I am a healer, it's not I am healing. It is actually the divine energies who
Is
has made
healing.
me a medium
Yes, yes.
to pass over the energies. But let me tell you one thing. I want sorry to interrupt.
Please,
Yes,
ma'am.
somebody like some person who is actually in a need of a job
Okay.
and has applied for the job, has already given the interviews and is in dire need. I give healing at that time.
You are a person who has knowledge, who have learned all these concepts in depth. You are trained, you are helping people. Ma'am, do you offer consultant? I mean, do you consult people who wanted to take consultations from you? How do they approach you? And how can they contact you? And what are the applications you're visible for the entire world where they can approach you, ma'am?
It's very simple. I have my YouTube channel also by the name of Holy Guide,
Okay.
and they can message me over there, and they can connect me with my. I will put my WhatsApp number also over there.
Okay.
I will put the link, not the number exact, right?
Yes.
And I also have my Gmail account,
Okay.
holyguide69@gmail.com.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
they can connect me. They can email me. It's always good that they can email me, because once they email, I will have the time, because we are people from different zones, they connect, and I need the time to connect with
Below the
them.
video description, they can find your YouTube channel and also your email ID. That would be better, or any social accounts like LinkedIn, where they can easily
Yeah,
access
they
you.
can connect me on Facebook also. I do have Facebook accounts and I do have Instagram accounts, so they can connect me on them.
I
All of
request you to please
Holy
give
Guide.
those links, and we'll put it in the
I will.
description, and they will connect with you. And after that, once they start communicating with you, you can share all the details with them and bring them
Yeah,
closer.
yes, sure. Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
And
Mm.
if at all a person or a student, anyone wants to learn occult science from you, is there any course you're teaching? Are you offering any courses like that, or are you planning to do it in the future, ma'am?
Yes, first of all, like especially starting with the numerology and the tarot card. Since tarot card, I've already taught people.
Wow.
So yeah, I've already taught. I do have links for that, and I can teach live also if anybody wants to know. And in future, definitely, I'm going to launch my courses. Currently, I'm preparing the PPTs and other things so that we can provide them with that.
Sure.
And definitely, I think by the middle of 2025, by God's grace, let's hope, I will be starting the coaching. I will start with tarot again, and numerology, and Brigunari and KP.
Okay.
So definitely it is coming in the pipelines.
Ma'am, I really had an amazing time. Thank you so much for being here. You are a wonderful person, and people who are going to approach you for the consulting or learning or whatever it is, and the people around you are really gifted. And thank you so much for being here. And have my wishes for all success in your life. And thank you very much. Good evening, ma'am.